friends! Hey there guys, long time! How have you been? Hey guys, Taylor here, and I am finally back with a brand new video for you guys today. And I have a brand new insight video for you guys. And guys, the timing could not be more perfect because today I'm gonna be sharing my insight and experiences when it comes to dealing with change. Before we get started, if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Taylor. Hey, how are ya? And if you end up liking this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And also hit the bell notification button because, well, I'm going through some pretty big changes in my life right now. And with my busy schedule and with me going through all these changes, you never know when I'm going to post a video, so make sure you turn on the bell notification so that you will be notified whenever I post a video. So about 2 years ago, I did an Autism Insight video about transitioning. And I guess a lot of you guys might thought this would probably be similar to that since it's talking about changing and transitioning from one thing to another. But that unfortunately is not the case. 2 years ago, when I talked about transitioning from one stage of your life to another, or something along the lines of that, I talked about going through the process of adapting to the sudden changes that were going to be happening and how to prepare for that. Today, we're talking about the actual change aspect of that. We're getting right down to the change. Like I said, the dreaded C word for all autistic people everywhere. Now, everybody at some point in their lives has gone through a sudden change that they've had to go through in their lives. The list of abrupt changes that could change your life in an instant goes on and on and on, and every single person in this world has gone through at least one of these changes. The main thing that I want to kind of discuss with you is, again, how people like me react to these changes and how people like me feel about these changes and how people like me cope and adapt to these changes. People who aren't autistic, and I think people also who don't have an anxiety, may go, oh, well, there's a change that I need to adapt to in my life. I can go ahead and adapt to that. I know how. I can do that. I'll just have to rearrange some things here and there in my life and everything will be okay. Well, with autistic people like me, as well as some people who may have an anxiety, yeah, that's not the case. That's not the case with us. It isn't. When it comes to dealing with change, when you're somebody who deals with a lot of anxiety, such as myself, I do have a ton of anxiety issues. Change is something that can cause a state of worry, of fear, of panic, because we don't know what the outcome is. Like, oh my gosh, what if this goes wrong? What happens to me? What happens to them? We're just in a constant state of worry, which then leads to panic and anxiety attacks, which is not really good or healthy for somebody who has an anxiety. For people with autism, such as myself as well, change can range from a whole different types of emotions because we love our routines so very much, and we have this routine of our day. One abrupt change to our routine and it messes up our entire day. It messes up with our whole entire system, how these messages are getting sent into our brains, and it's just, it feels like chaos even though it doesn't look like chaos. To people like me, change feels like absolute chaos. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain this to you the very best. You know what? I have a better idea. What goes through the mind of an autistic individual when so said individual goes through changes in his or her life? A visual explanation by Taylor Orange, which is me. Alrighty guys, so this is me. Hello! And the only thing that I can compare this to is with the calendar, because on a calendar we have days we check off to determine which day comes next. Well, for those of us like me who have autism, it's kind of like the same thing, except It's an everyday thing. We have these set plans for the day of things we need to get accomplished and to perform from the time we wake up until the time we go to bed. And honestly, guys, I'm one of those people that love this. It helps us stay organized and we follow through with it. But occasionally, this will happen. Hey guys, change the plans! And we're like, huh? And so a couple of the daily plans that are already set in stone get erased, and let's just say it gets replaced by like a dinner party or something. There we go. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, that's really not a big deal. Why are you making it such a big deal? Well, let me tell you something. In our heads, in our brains, it's like we have this big storage cabinet set for each single day of tasks we need to do. And let's just say the plans are kind of like this envelope that we need to store in the storage cabinet. And our brain, because it doesn't match up with the other storage cabinets, our brains are like, where does this go? And our brains are trying to mentally put it in the best fit as possible. Does it go here? Nope. How about here? How about right here? And we're like, And so we are forced to match it up with something that is kind of similar, if you will. Now, whenever this thing happens to us on an occasional day or any day or something like that, it feels like a news station bringing us breaking news about tragedies, about celebrities, or stuff like that. And we're sitting there like, because we don't know how to process that. And because we don't know how to process that, we feel out of place mentally and physically. We feel overwhelmed, stressed, we feel an anxiety, we feel disturbed, and that all can lead up to, all together now, an over-sensory meltdown. And that is your visual explanation of the day. So yeah, you guys could kind of see how sudden changes really affect people with autism. I was always not very fond of change. In fact, there's half of me that absolutely hates change because it is so sudden, there's no preparing for it, and change happens in an instant, like that. I think part of the reason why I am not so fond of change is because as a child, I have changed schools, I think about 5 or 6 times. So, now the big question remains. How does someone with autism go through so much change but remain very calm and collected about it? Here's the thing. We don't. With every change in a life of somebody with autism, we are going to give off a bad reaction at first. But something that I've noticed is that after maybe a few minutes, few hours or something like that, when we discuss it and we talk about it really thoroughly so that I'm able to understand what's going to happen, then yeah, I can pretty much understand the change and I can start the transitioning to adapt to that change. I would also say it is best to find the best in the bad situation. That's what my mom did with me. Whenever there was a change, she would always try to find something good about it and have me focus on the good, and I ended up doing okay. I ended up calming down, and just, it doesn't have to be like something, anything good. It could be something that you or somebody that you love with autism is really into, something that they think is cool, stuff like that. Maybe they can sit alone for a little while and just relax. That can actually help with the change as well. However, the sad thing is that not every change is easily solvable as that. For example, if you're going through a divorce, if you're even going through death, those are big changes that could, like, I don't even have any words. It is one of the most difficult changes I've ever had to make in my life. When it comes to a change as difficult or as tough as death, at first there's nothing that you can say to make it better. And you have to understand that time won't heal. It'll help you deal with the pain, it'll help you deal with the loss and help you continue on with your life. but it won't heal. It won't make the pain go away, and that's something that I as a person needed to understand. Even though they are not here, that doesn't mean I stop living. I have to continue on, even though the pain is still there, even though it won't heal. I have to deal with it the very best I can and continue on living the very best that I can. Because if I don't, then I'm basically dying myself if I'm not living my life and just sitting there doing absolutely nothing all day. Change is one of those things that is just inevitable. Change happens every single day, every hour, every minute, and I think that if we find a way to deal with the change and to kind of cope with the change, then we'll have a better chance of adapting to that change and transitioning to that change. Well guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys liked it. Also in the comments below, what was one of the biggest changes you had to go through? I look forward to reading and replying to all of your responses below. If you guys want to check out my previous 2 videos, you can click right here or right here, which one of these 2. And finally, as always, if you guys like my videos and want to see more videos from me in the future, go ahead and give this channel a subscribe by clicking right up there. Well guys, that's it for now. Until next time,